I worked the night shift at a gas station off Route 93, the kind of place that looks abandoned, even when it's open. Flickering sign, buzzing lights, dead quiet desert stretching out in every direction. My first week there, the manager warned me about the red hoodie guy. He said, if he shows up, don't talk to him, don't open the door, don't acknowledge him, just stand still. I thought he was messing with me. He wasn't. It was around 3:40 a.m. on my 5th night. I was restocking shelves when the automatic sliding door sensor beeped, but the door didn't open. That only happens when someone is standing directly in front of it, too close to trigger full motion. I walked over, and that's when I saw him. A tall man in a red hoodie, hood up, head tilted down. His hands were pressed flat against the glass, fingers long, nails dirty. He didn't move, didn't breathe, didn't speak, just stared. But the thing is, I couldn't see his face, not shadowed, not hidden, just gone, blank. Like there was nothing under the hood. I froze, remembering the manager's warning. The man slowly leaned forward until the top of his hood touched the glass, and then dragged it downward in one long scraping motion. His neck cracked with each inch. He started knocking, not with his knuckles, but with the tips of his nails. Tap, 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 slow, rhythmic, patient. I stepped back. He stepped forward. I ran to the back room. The knocking followed me, and soft at first, then faster. By the time I reached the storage door, the knocking wasn't at the front anymore. It was on the side window, then the back door, then the bathroom wall. He was circling the building, dragging his nails around it, tracing the gas station like he was outlining a body. I hid in the supply closet until sunrise. When I came out, the front door was open. Not broken, not forced, just unlocked. And on the counter was a single object, a red hoodie string, frayed and warm. I quit 2 days later. But sometimes late at night, I hear that sound again. Tap, tap, tap. And every time I feel the urge to stand still, like if I move, he'll find me again. I worked in the basement storage of a 24-hour grocery store. Nobody liked going down there past midnight. Not because it was creepy, but because the lights never stayed on. They flickered constantly like a dying fluorescent heartbeat. One night around 12:45 a.m., I was organizing soda pallets when the light above me shut off completely, then the next one, then the next, like something was moving down the aisle and turning off the lights as it came. I pulled out my phone flashlight, and the aisles were tall, metal, endless, a maze of shadows. And at the very end of the far aisle, I saw a figure, a woman, wearing a long cardigan barefoot, hair dripping like she just climbed out of a lake. Her head hung down, completely limp. I called out, "Ma'am, we're closed down here." She didn't move. So I stepped closer. Halfway down the aisle, she slowly lifted her head, far too slowly, like her neck was resisting. Her hair stuck to her face, wet and stringy. Her eyes were white, cloudy, unfocused, like she couldn't see me but somehow still knew exactly where I was. Then she smiled, a watery, trembling smile, and stepped backward into the darkness, out of my flashlight's reach. I should have left. I didn't. I followed her into the freezer hallway, outside cold enough to bite into bone. Frost on the walls, the humming of machinery vibrating through the floor. Then the humming stopped. All of it. Instantly. The silence was deafening. And in that silence, I heard breathing, not mine, not human. Slow, wet inhales, raspy exhales. I turned my flashlight. The woman was inches from my face. Her jaw was partly unhinged, swinging slightly like something inside her was trying to push its way out. I dropped my phone. The light spun across the floor, and illuminated feet behind her. Not hers, someone else standing directly behind her, impossibly tall, arms reaching down past its knees. When I looked back up, they were both gone. I left the basement running and never worked a night shift again. Later, the manager told me something I wish I had never heard. That freezer hallway? It used to be a morgue before the building was renovated. I worked alone as a night guard for a giant warehouse, the type with an ocean of empty parking lots surrounding it. Every night at 2 a.m., I did my outside walkthrough. One night, fog rolled in so thick it looked like the asphalt was smoking. Halfway through my patrol, I saw something moving through the fog. A silhouette. Walking in slow, unbroken steps. A woman. I could tell by the hair, long, curly, frizzy, moving unnaturally like underwater. I called out, "Ma'am, this area is restricted." She didn't stop walking, didn't speed up, didn't slow down, just kept coming, straight toward me. When she got within 30 feet, the fog thinned just enough that I saw her clearly. Her clothes were wrong, outdated, torn, like from the 90s. Her arms hung stiff, every step perfectly identical, like a looping animation. I stepped back. She stepped forward. I circled left. She mirrored me perfectly, not following, copying, like she wasn't trying to approach me. She was trying to be me. When I finally reached the warehouse door, I looked back. She was right behind me, less than 10 feet away. Still walking, still mirroring, even matching my breathing pattern. I rushed inside and slammed the door. She stopped walking, but she didn't turn away, didn't vanish. She stood directly in front of the glass door, staring inside, fog swirling around her feet, body swaying slightly like she was trying to find the rhythm of my heartbeat. Then she mouthed something. "Let me walk where you walk." I shut every blind in the building, but for the rest of the night, every time I passed a window, she was there. Same spot, same sway, same eyes, like the fog itself had shaped her and assigned her to me. I quit 2 weeks later, but to this day, when it's foggy, I never go outside alone. I worked night shifts at a rundown motel off the highway, a place where the ice machine wheezed, the pool was permanently closed, and the carpets smelled like damp books. Everything was normal until the night room 6 checked itself in. At 3:12 a.m., the system beeped. New guest arrived. Room 6. But nobody had walked in. No car pulled up, no footsteps. A minute later, the phone rang. The caller ID said, "Room 6. I answered, breathless silence on the other end. Then a woman whispered, "Someone is in my room." I checked the cameras. Room 6 was empty, lights off, door closed, no movement. "Ma'am, are you sure?" A shaky inhale. "He's standing in the corner." My skin crawled. I checked the feet again, nothing. Then the hallway camera flickered. A dark shape stood outside room 6. Tall, thin, head tilted toward the door as if listening. No facial features, no details. Just darkness shaped like a person. The woman whispered, "He's walking toward the bed." The shape on the camera didn't move an inch. I grabbed the room key and ran. I know I shouldn't have. But something felt wrong, like she would vanish if I didn't get there in time. I swung the door open. The room was empty, lights off, bed untouched. But the phone was off the hook. And in the corner of the room, the carpet fibers were flattened, like someone had been standing there for hours. Something else was on the nightstand. When I went back to the desk, the system printed out a new message. "Thank you for checking me in." I left that job the next morning, and I still don't stay in motels. Especially not ones with a room 6